I don't want to sing no song. I hate when I sing.
What's up? We're going to switch it up this week. This is a Joe Lawless exclusive interview. And I'm Joe Horaci. What's happening, Joe Lawless?
What's up, everybody?
How you doing?
Good, great.
Good to hear. Last week you had a win against the Colts.
Yeah, a big one. We did it without our first two picks. We just got out there without both mics and just got out there and won. Beat up on the Colts. It was a close game in the beginning, and then I turned it on and did what I had to do. Just throwing passes.
Now, how did you, who's your go-to guy without Tverdic or Wellner, or how does that work? You know, I mean, you obviously have a different gameplay without that.
Yeah, I mean, our go-to guy, it's Brian as usual, but I mean, it's hard to find Brian. You know, I'm not fucking, I don't know what I'm doing at quarterback. I just throw the ball as hard as I could. And so I just find the open guy, and they had shitty coverage on Ariel, so I was just hitting him up every time. He dropped a couple on me, but it's good.
Now, Ariel, is he a solid pickup?
Yeah, he is. He's got a low ranking. He's worth his value, if not better. What's his ranking?
Fourth.
Fourth? He's definitely a third.
Yeah, at least.
At least a third, maybe even a second. I think he's better than Martin Ortiz, and I'd say Joe Torres, but it's a different position, but I think he's better than Martin.
Right.
He's quicker.
Where's Wellner?
I don't know. Off the grid.
You know, is he going to be around for playoffs, you think?
I hope. So, I mean, whether we get along or not, you know, it's a team thing, and that's what we do while we're out there. And we need him. I mean, I'll even admit it. I can't do it myself.
No, if you have to, are you going to step up and you think you still have the first place team? Right now, you guys are first place team.
Yeah, I got to do what I got to do. I think I can do it. I mean, we got doing work this week and then a big game against the Deuces. If the Deuces lose this week, but I don't think who they play. They play the Colts, I think. So,
yeah.
I mean, they're going to be the favorite there. So pretty much that first place game is going to be week 15.
Yeah.
It's a big game.
This is going to come down to it. Wait, so you play the...
Doing work,
and then...
the Deuces in the last game.
Oh,
for first place.
okay.
So, I mean, that's just whoever wins that game has an easier playoff.
Wow, nice.
It's going to be interesting.
Where's Tverdic? Any comment on that?
No, I have no idea. I mean, Tverdic, everyone thinks we got trouble on the field, but that's something we leave on the field. And I usually talk to him like once or twice during the week, but I didn't hear nothing from him. Usually he sends me a text at like 10 o'clock on Saturday night. Be ready, but nothing from him this week. MIA.
Oh, really?
We did all right with our pickups. We got Russ and Ariel, and he was good. Those guys.
Would you stick Russ if you would you stick with Russ? You like Russ?
I do, but I think we'd be more successful with Wellner because he's a quarterback, and I'm not really can't make. He does make moves. He finds situations to move, and I can't do that. I just get out there and fire the ball. Right,
and you do a fine job at that. Any comment on Devore Zeba? I mean, Devore likes to talk a lot, and
he threatened me on the field.
Really?
Yeah, I'm surprised. The commissioners didn't give him any suspension for that. Physically abused me.
What happened? What's the scenario?
He threatened to punch me in the face because of my antics on defense, which seems to be working, is completely legal with my false snaps.
Oh,
yelling out "go"!
You yelling out "go"? Yeah,
it works. It's a part of the game. It's an element.
Yeah.
It's your fault. Have a sequence. When you're the quarterback, he claims he's such a great manager.
Right.
Manage a snap count.
And he has, I think a lot of that has to do with Devore bringing out brand new free agents that never played in this league before, and they're just not ready for it,
Exactly.
And he brought out that dude Zach and that guy Nick Campo, and
yeah, they're both athletes, but I mean they got to know what they're doing,
Yeah, you can't just go on the snap. You don't go when Joe Lawless says go.
Right.
Interesting. So. All right, Tom, did you happen to see Tom Stanky out there at all?
Yeah, what a horrible performance. I mean, he lost that game for his team.
What's going on? It seemed like the game he played with you, it was like he was doing well.
Right, like he had a personal thing against me to beat me. And then he just was so fucking hung up on that he just choked this week. Got to worry about your team and not me, Tom.
Wow.
I mean, shit.
Going back to DeVore. DeVore made a comment, this is a side note, about locking down Danny Andreevich. Do you think he'll do that this Sunday?
Yeah, I think he will, because he did already twice, and it's a good chance he could again. I don't see why not. He's a great DB, and Danny's a good receiver too, but I think the only reason Danny had all those touchdowns was Tom was guarding him, and he was just burning Tom off the ball every time.
Joel, repeatedly I've heard people comment about you and talk about, once your team gets down, Joe Lawless loses it. Joe Lawless, loses his temper. He's a team cancer. He's going to ruin it. I've heard it. You've heard these comments before.
Yeah, I've heard them. I want to win. That's what I really want to do. I don't come out here. I don't wake up early. I don't stay in on Saturday nights to lose.
Right.
And it's not an emotional thing. It's just I've always wanted to win, whether it's a game of checkers or it's for $1 million. I want to win. Right.
Just the competitiveness in
you. And sorry, I'm not going to be like these guys on these press conferences just grab a random name. They're like, this guy, I love him to death. He's my best friend, and and go and lose to him and shake his hand after a game. Like when I lost to the Thunders, Carlos came up to me. He's like with a smile on his face. Oh, good game. I want to punch a guy in the head. The fuck away from me, good game.
Yeah, you got it.
I just lost. What a good game. Not shaking a fucking guy's hand after I lose. Would you be happy after you lost?
No, I'm never happy after I lose.
I was infuriated when I lost to you guys, too.
Yeah, it does, it changes things a little bit.
Right, this isn't the Berwyn Rec where we pay our $35 and we get to play 2 quarters and we have to shake hands with the other team,
Exactly.
This is out here, we're all guys,
Yeah.
It's not like I take it personally. I got no problems with anybody in the league. It's just, we've all said it on the field. People are different. They're competitive.
Absolutely.
I want to win, goddammit.
If you could make any changes to this league, Joe, what would it be?
I'd like to see you go solo commissioner again.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think Tom Stanky commissions well, because it seems just these random rules changes. I don't get why, It should be at the beginning of the year. You don't see any other programs, whether it's recreation basketball or the NBA or NFL or flag football in Wyoming. They don't change the rules halfway through the season.
That's true. Yeah, Tom Stanky does come out with some tricks on his sleeve sometimes. Now, are you paying attention to the playoff race right now between the last 3 teams, the closest it's ever been in flag football history?
It's an interesting league.
We got 3 teams right now this far in the season that are completely tied with only 2 games left for playoffs.
Right. So who do we got? We got
Doing Work and the Phonies are statistically tied for 4th place right now, even with the point differential. 3-10.
Wow.
And then the Colts are also 3-10, but they're just, I think, 2 or 3 points behind us.
Who do the Phonies play this week?
The Phonies play the Thunder this week.
And then the Colts play the Deuces?
Colts play the Deuces, and then Doing Work plays the Mulligans. You guys.
And then who do you guys play? You guys play the Colts in week 15.
Yes.
The Thunder plays Doing Work, and we play the Deuces.
That will be the interesting week.
The way I look at it is I think all those last place teams, the 3 4th place teams, I guess they're called, I don't see them winning this week. They got to play all top 3 teams, so. It may be an upset, maybe, but my favorites are staying on the 3. And it's going to come down to the Colts or Phonies, because there's no way that Doing Work is pulling off 2 wins in a row.
No, the Mulligans and the Deuces, that's not going to happen.
Yeah, and so it's either going to be the Phonies or Colts, and it's just going to be a fucking dogfight for that.
Yeah, absolutely. And Loss, if you were to win the championship this season, would you retire?
Oh, that's a question everyone asks. I don't know. I would say, I don't know. I'd like to. If I won it this year, I'd say I'd have to come back one more and try and repeat it as long as I could.
Right.
Or maybe I get picked up on a fun team. I can't say I'm gonna retire. I was just tired of last year of losing, and this year I feel like it's good to be winning, and I think I'm gonna stick around for at least another year after this year.
That's good to hear, Joe. That's good to hear. Completely different attitude
And
from
with
last year.
and with new 8 teams coming in next year too, that's going to be a lot different.
Are you have any interest in being a captain next season?
I wouldn't mind it. I think I would like to be a captain.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think I'd mind it. I mean, it's just I just got to think who I would pick, and they got to run for me. Like, I mean, I'd like to take DeVore, but he's got to understand I'm calling the shots.
Oh, DeVore, I think has a lot of issues with that.
Yeah, I know. I think DeVore.
Well, DeVore was going to be a captain next season.
Right. I mean, he's a good player. I'd let him call the calls when he's on the field, but not the start. You know, like who's going where and that. I mean, he can call the audibles and everything. But I don't know. I'd like to be a captain, but then at the same time, I'd like to just play for teams like this.
Oh yeah, well, in this situation.
Right. I don't know. It's an I don't know.
What do you think Elkins' strategy should be against you guys next week?
Elkins. Well, hopefully he gets Russ DeLute out there. That should be his number one strategy. Beg Joe Torres to come. And that's my best advice for him. I mean,
8:30 a.m. game. Joe Torres won't be there.
Pray, yeah, pray. Go to church and pray, bro. Because I mean, I don't see us losing.
All right. Yeah. So, any strategy on the last week against Danny's team?
Win, and so we could play the fourth place team in the playoffs. Even though I did say I'd like to play the Thunder, but I feel as if I played the Thunder in the playoffs, it'd be more of a one-on-one thing between me and Tom.
What's the history between you and Tom? What is it?
I mean, I just feel I go out there, I don't see Tom hit anyone big in the league. I'm not saying big like big players, I'm saying big guys. Like, he won't come near a DeVore, a me, a Campo, a Joe Torres, or a Danny, a Dre, but he goes after like Wade, who's 19.
Right.
Goes after Mark Rivera, I think the kid's 18 or 19, I don't know.
Right.
Kid doesn't even know. It's his second week out there and Tom's laying him out.
Yeah.
I think Tom's afraid to hit a bigger guy, so, and I told him, you guys all heard me.
Yeah, so Tom's kind of like the bully of the league, you know?
Yeah, he's going to pick on little kids. I said it, come on, come get some.
Do you think he will?
In the playoffs, yeah. I think if we played the Thunder in the playoffs, we definitely would win. It'd be rougher than playing a Phonies or a Colts or doing work.